Yeah. When is Dan on? Dan is on at 3:00. Potato pancake for the win. Happy 513 day. Happy to report
we got Coach here.
Cincinnati. Okay. Let's go for it. Hi, Coach. How you doing?
Hi, Coach. Doing great. I enjoy listening to your, I don't know, chat. I was trying to figure out what your guys are talking about.
We're trying to figure out lunch. So we're doing this for 12 hours.
So what's the decision? Where are you going to have lunch? Barbecue or what's?
I'm going Izzy's. Have you had Izzy's yet?
No, I have not.
Izzy's is a deli. It's kind of a Cincinnati staple. They have great sandwiches and awesome potato pancakes. You get a potato pancake.
Ooh, okay. German heritage. I will go for a potato pancake.
Reuben.
Yes.
Yeah, a Reuben and a potato pancake.
Yeah, I don't eat meat, so I'll skip meat.
Oh,
you got double potato pancake.
Okay. Easy. It's cool.
So, Coach, how has the transition to Cincinnati been? How is getting settled in and getting to meet at least half of your team or so far?
Yeah, I finally feel like I settled in. I have actually furniture in my apartment, and I'm not commuting every weekend to Bowling Green, moving stuff. So I feel pretty good. Transition is transition. It is unsettling, but it helped me to be in the gym with the team. When I came in January with a couple of bags, it was okay because I spent most of the day at work, my staff and I figuring out recruiting and getting to know the team. And I feel we had a really good spring. We call it investment season. It's not off season for us, even though we don't play. And the feedback we got from our players at the end of the semester before they went home was very positive. And it told me we are on the right track. So the best is yet to come, though.
You mentioned recruiting season and getting into the portal. How was that change for you, having that Big 12 moniker and the Cincinnati brand behind you as you went out on the recruiting trail?
It's definitely, recruiting is recruiting. It's always ongoing. We are still working, trying to get a couple of players from the portal. We are still looking for to fill some positions, but it's been exciting. The CPAW is a recognizable logo everybody knows about Cincinnati, and having the Big 12 brand definitely helps. I feel like we are getting a lot of emails, just a lot of interest from younger players, and it's been exciting to see also the excitement and the level of athletes who are reaching out to us. We are still finishing, in a coaching transition. You always are a little bit behind when it comes to recruiting because we had some players who entered the portal prior to my hiring. Everybody who was with us in the spring, everybody's coming back. So that's a positive sign. But we are finishing this year, and my assistants might be upset with me and they'll say I'm going to jinx it, but we have 100% success rate. Everybody who we brought on a visit told us yes, committed. And the last commitment we had actually 2 days ago, last Sunday, that we are excited about. So it's been really good.
We had Sydney Nolan and Lily Gillespie join us earlier today. We got to hear their thoughts on you. So now let's flip the script. And what are your thoughts on them? How have they been as players for you, and what kind of impact did they have on the team?
Yeah, you set me up here. I should have listened to their interview prior to me talking about them. Well, I'm glad it was positive. They're fun. Sydney is going to be a key factor for our team. That's how I feel after spending a semester, 4 months with her in the gym. She got better as a volleyball player. She got stronger. She has a fun personality. She is one of those athletes who can take the game lightly, but still be very competitive. She doesn't like to lose. I mean, no athlete likes to lose, but she does it in a way that brings lightness to the team, and her teammates love to play with her. So I'm really, really excited to see her compete this fall. Lily also, I felt, made a huge strides this spring in her position as a potential libero defensive specialist. Her serve receiving numbers got better. Defensively, I think she got better. Her range got better. Our whole team, I think that was one of the big improvements that we coaches saw, is just the mindset of how we play defense. It's a relentless effort. That's something that I take pride in, my teams playing relentless defense and playing hard and competing. And both of those that you mentioned, Sydney and Lily, have shown that they embraced the changes that we brought as a coaching staff.
I think it's easy watching volleyball to get caught up in the highlight of the set and the spike and the offense of it. But in this league, with as much talent as there is, you can win a lot of games if you are really, really sound defensively, and you can keep the ball off the floor and keep, plays alive and get it to your hitters and to the front row.
Yeah, Chad, speaking like a true volleyball dad. Yes, that's absolutely right. Well, you need,
and the dad of a libero.
Yeah. I mean, listen, offense doesn't happen without defense, right? You need a ball to go to the setter to set it to the hitters. To be a championship team, you need both of those. I actually had a colleague of mine told me, that was the first time I've heard. She said, defense delays losing, offense wins. That's an interesting perspective. I think defensively, when you have a good defensive team, it brings also the energy. I mean, it's just exciting when somebody digs a ball that everybody thought should have been a kill, and you keep it up, and then you convert and you score after digging those balls. It just gives the momentum to the team, and I think it's important. And it's just it's the identity that we're going to build. We're going to be a great, gritty defensive team, but also have a really strong offense. And when I talk about defense, I also don't think only back row. It's a blocking. It's what we do, that first line of defense. Yeah. How we slow down some of those hits and make it easier on our back row. But then we need offense to score for us. So we are again building with recruiting, going back to that. That's kind of how we are putting this puzzle together, that we have all of those pieces and we have a depth in every position. We believe in competition. We believe that rising tide lifts all boats. So we want to have a competitive environment throughout the week. You can't practice below average, when the lights are not on, and then show up on a match day and expect you're going to play well. So you need a competitive environment in practice daily. And I felt like we made progress in that area. And we'll have a half of the team is going to be new. And every year, our job as coaches is to recruit better players and to create that better competition in the gym. And I always believed, and I told the team, I want our practices to be harder than matches. Like if we get in a match and we say, we are prepared, we've seen everything that our opponent is going to bring, I know that we are then in a good spot and that we can compete for championships.
Coach, I look at Louisville and look at, obviously they recruit nationally, but they really have done a great job with the two big clubs down there, Kiva and Mava, getting those girls into the program, building a lot of continuity through that. Do you look at this region with Tri-State Elite and NKYBC and see an opportunity there where it's not going to be all of your recruiting, but you can build a pretty good pipeline with both of those clubs that really helps you in the long term?
Definitely. I mean, when I interviewed for this job, what excited me about is just the region and Cincinnati, greater Cincinnati area and Northern Kentucky, the clubs, the ones that you mentioned, and there are some other clubs.
There's many others.
Yeah. We have the talent. Yeah, we have the talent. It's everybody in the nation comes and they want to recruit. the top players from those clubs. Now, our approach is going to be all of those players will hear from us. They will know that we want them at Cincinnati. Now, is everybody going to choose us? No, it's unrealistic to expect that, but they will hear from us. We are also developing relationships, even better relationships with the club directors, club coaches. Our staff is doing different club summer camps. Just again, being present in the gym. It's going to take some time. Right now in our recruiting cycle, we're late. Our true recruiting class is going to be 27. That's actually on June 15th when we contact those prospects. But you're absolutely right. I mean, there's so many great young volleyball players, great coaches who develop youth players, and there's no reason why Cincinnati cannot keep the local talent stay and play for the city, for their city, and that's our goal. That we get to that point that we have a lot of those local kids stay here and their families come and fill the fifth third and create a great environment for our team to play in.
You talked earlier about recruiting for Cincinnati out of the Big 12 and what that's been like for you coming from Bowling Green. But what are some of the challenges that you feel like you just face as a coach now at the Big 12 level as opposed to being at Bowling Green in general?
Well, the group that you're recruiting, it's getting smaller, right? So we are going for the next level of athlete, and the other part is its financial part. I mean, we are all still waiting to hear what's going to happen with the settlement, the NCAA house settlement. It's financially, it's not just anymore offering a full scholarship. It's rev share, so there's also difference how much money some schools are giving to the volleyball program. So that's gonna be interesting how that's gonna unfold after the settlement is finalized. But it's at every school, every place I coached, I had challenges, but I don't see it as challenges. You also have opportunities. I always like to look from that perspective. What are the opportunities? What can we offer? Again, I've learned, and I knew when I came here, if we can get families on campus, if we can get our prospects to come to Cincinnati, to see this beautiful campus, to see this amazing city, to meet our players, we have a great chance of getting them. And we've proven that that's actually the case. I mean, we almost every recruit that we had and came, and they said, I didn't expect this. You think about Cincinnati Urban University, whatever image maybe parents or even players have about the campus is different seeing it on a video. When you come and you see how compact our facilities, the beauty of the architecture and the city, they were impressed. And we had 3 who committed on spot. That hasn't happened to me. I mean, they committed before they left the campus. So I see that as an opportunity, right? What can we do to get them here, fly them in, drive them, whatever we need to do? And when they meet our players, that's another feedback we get from prospects and families, how nice our players are, that we have good people here, not just, again, our current student athletes, and how committed they are to Cincinnati and to leaving their mark and being a part of building a championship culture. And we are attracting those families. And so challenges Big 12. I mean, every coach, if you talk with, they'll tell you the same thing. It's figuring out, navigating the new landscape that all of us are working within college athletics right now.
Have you had much time to start looking around the Big 12 and getting a feel for what you're going to be going up against, or has it been too much recruiting? And we'll worry about that when we get there.
My philosophy is focusing on things that are in my control. And I mean, you see on social media, recruits who are going to other schools. I never focus that much. We'll do our game plan. Of course, we're going to study our opponents when the time comes, but we are so busy focusing on what we need to do and recruiting and laying the foundation of our culture and staying connected with our players. I don't have a time for to spend time, watching what other Big 12 schools are doing, coaches.
Good. Is everybody going around the 7th floor and like picking out new spots for when football moves out of there, or?
We are not picking. It doesn't work like that. We were told where we're gonna be. So
there's a draft order.
yeah, no. Volleyball is still gonna be on the 6th floor. We're gonna expand a little bit. Our neighbors are women's basketball on one side and swimming on the other side. So I know swimming is moving to the 7th floor, I believe, and I think soccer is coming down. So it's going to be reshuffling. We're going to get a little bit more office space for our program. But yeah, what an exciting time for our football. That facility, I drive by every morning. It's just amazing. I can't wait to go and see the inside. I've been watching videos that JD does weekly, I think. It's just phenomenal. And that's going to help us as a volleyball program. If football is successful, basketball is successful, it helps everybody.
Are
How
there
did the
any?
spring go? Go ahead, Aaron. Sorry.
I was just going to ask: are there any benefits that you're getting as the volleyball team with the football team moving into the IPF? Are you getting any extra facilities or anything around your area there?
Yeah, the dining hall actually is going to be for all student athletes is going to be now in the new facility. So our student athletes are going to be there. That's the only part we're going to use. Everything else, weightlifting, the weight room, everything is staying that our athletes are going to use in training room. But the dining hall, what we were told, is going to be fantastic and a big upgrade from what we have now. So that's exciting for us.
Spring ball. Everybody talks about it for football. It's a big thing in volleyball as well. How was it to get out there, and how much were you able to kind of learn about what you have, how your style is going to fit with these ladies? What was the overall takeaway from the spring?
Yeah, unfortunately, we had a little bit different spring because we didn't have 2 healthy middles, so we couldn't really schedule. We have 4 dates in volleyball that we are allowed to play different opponents. What we did have one training opportunity session. We actually went to Columbus and practiced with Pittsburgh, that is Final Four team, last few Final Fours they were in, and eventually they will win the national championship. That's my prediction. But we spent 3 hours in the gym with them, ran some drills, and then played 3 sets to 15. And then we went to support Abby Walker, who played for Columbus Furry, the pro team. And Pitt also had some of their alumni. So it was a full volleyball day. It was very good for our team. I actually thought it was beneficial to see that we can compete with the top of the top. It helped us get better, and I think to boost a little bit of confidence of our players, to see also all the work that they put in the spring. It was transferring in the match situation. We did because we couldn't compete against other teams all spring. Every Friday was our competition day. So we call it the Bearcat Battle Friday, and our team would even wear jerseys, and we did a draft. Actually, we had 2 players who would draft the teams, and we have a scoring that we use from Athletes Unlimited. That's another pro team that we really liked, and the team enjoyed it because if you're only training and you're just playing against each other all spring for 4 months, it is hard for anybody. So we try to make it fun, and those Fridays were fun, just to recreate as much as we could that competitiveness and the match kind of atmosphere.
Aaron, got anything else?
I'm tapped out on volleyball questions.
Ask her your question.
Well, I did. I guess I could ask that again. I asked the girls earlier. I have 2 daughters. They are 3 and 1. But at what age do you really get started with volleyball?
It's a good question. They have volleyball is fun. It's one of those games, like it's hard to play a true volleyball because you have to have skills, like you have 3 contacts. But even you can start playing with them now, like a balloon, get a beach ball, like have them think that they're playing volleyball. Then organize volleyball. Sorry?
Like keepy uppy.
Yeah, exactly. Just say we're playing volleyball. Here we go.
Yeah.
I think most clubs have 12 and unders. They have a 10 and under. 10 is a good age just to get them in the gym, teach them how to just have a feel for being in the gym and being around other kids, right? 12 already, they start competing. But I would recommend, I tell everybody, all the parents, multi-sports, like have them try every sport. It's good for overall development. But of course I'm biased. I hope they choose volleyball at the end. But 10, 12 is a good age.
All right. And I am lucky. I think it's the most of the women's sports. As a spectator, I think volleyball is the most enjoyable.
I completely agree with you. And I always tease my basketball friends, coaches. I always say, listen, you have too many timeouts. It's just at the end of the game, like basketball, come on. It's like, minute on the clock, and then I'm still 10 minutes later, I'm still in the gym waiting for the game to finish. So our game is fun. It's somebody always scores. Like, there's always every point, somebody is going to get a point. It's very athletic. The power of our athletes, the athleticism. I think what I hear from the fans who come for the first time and they see high-level college volleyball, they're surprised how fast it is, how athletic it is, how exciting it is. So I'm going to give this pitch here right now. We are selling season tickets and we are ticketing volleyball now at Cincinnati. Please come. If you don't love it, I will refund you. Like, I believe so much that you're going to have a blast. Like, come check out our team. The teamwork, I think this is another part of volleyball. When you have a really good team, you cannot win if you're not a team. And you see that teamness that attracts people. And it's fun. And so come and check Cincinnati Bearcat Volleyball, and you'll love it. I really believe that much.
I'm with you on that one, Coach.
Thank you both.
The speed and athleticism as you get to the higher levels is incredible. It's incredible.
Yeah, you have to hear it, right, Chad? Yeah. Like you don't hear the sound of the ball like on TV. It doesn't give you that perspective, and when that ball connects with a hand, and it sounds different. And I know all our fans always ask, they feel like bad when they see our defensive players hitting the hardwood floor, like, does it hurt? Oh yeah, a little bit, but that's what they're used to. We teach them how to dive, how to make it less hurt, but it's exciting sport.
And you teach them to wear their knee pads above their knees, right? Not below.
Can you help me with that? I do not
Trying.
understand. like they're called knee pads. They're not shin pads. It's just like, I don't know. I'm old school when it comes to that. But
if they wanted you to wear shin guards, they make those. They would give them to you.
Exactly.
Thank
So
you.
I might need to have you come and talk to my team. Some of them still do not listen to me.
Kelsey's a libero. She hustles relentlessly. She dives. She's on the floor all the time. And then after every match, she's like, my knee hurts. I'm like, yeah, because your knee pads are below your knees.
Exactly. I don't know who started that trend. I need to go back and then check who did the TikTok, I don't know, something video that you should wear knee pads on your shins.
Yeah,
you're right.
I hate it. All right. Thanks, Coach. We appreciate it. And
thank you, guys.
I look forward to spending some more time around and getting closer as you guys get ready for the season.
Same here. Thank you. Go Bearcats.
Thank you so much.